bank robbers took a hostage. After being completely surrounded, the police shouted for the hostage to surrender. Turns out Mike was a frequent visitor to prison, always for robbing banks. After getting out, Mike planned to take the $1,400 year in sewing machines for 5 years, and go home to sell sweet potatoes. But someone wasn't happy about that. He suggested Mike go rob another bank. Mike was pissed, because that guy had climbed the ranks in the police station by catching him. Mike glanced at the sheriff and told him to drive him to the bank. But Mike only went there to deposit money. Before the money was even in, a robber stormed in. The robber tried to bite open a grenade to scare everyone, but his face was fully exposed. Mike reminded him to run for his life, but the robber still wanted to fight back, so he dragged Mike along as his hostage. And that's how the opening scene happened. The sheriff thought Mike was a tough guy, robbing the bank right away, but Mike felt wronged. To prove he was a hostage and not a robber, he insisted the cops see clearly who was actually holding the weapon, but the gun went off by accident, so the two had to hide under a car. Mike decided to surrender, but the robber refused, even wanting to threaten with gunfire. Hearing the shots, the sheriff thought Mike was faking surrender, and issued the final warning. With no choice, Mike snatched the gun, and was forced into the role of robber. Now it was Mike holding the robber hostage as they fled. Mike thought to himself, I spent 5 years sewing machines, and within an hour of being released, before I even had a sip of water, you dragged me into being a wanted man. No matter what, he wanted to take the robbery into surrender, but the robber refused to go to prison. Keeping his mouth shut, Mike had to explain himself, even showing the cops the stolen money, but the cops recognized him. At that moment, the robber flipped the blame onto Mike. Mike was stunned. He had no choice but to knock the cop out, and begin a fugitive life that wasn't even his.